that he gave his life for, that didn't appreciate him, people that was spitting in his face, putting the crown of thorns on him, the people that he made, looking at him in his face and telling him that he was nobody, punching him in the face, smacking him, beating him with rods, getting ran up out of towns. And even today, all these people who criticize the Christ and say Jesus ain't real and say he never died for them and say the Bible ain't real, he died for them too. He took all of that. He knew everything that was going to do. The Bible says in Romans 5 that yet when we were yet sinners, Christ died for the ungodly. The Bible says the Most High slain the Lamb before the foundation of the world. That means he was already destined to be slain before sin ever entered the world. Now, how many of you would have did that for somebody you know don't like you? So if he did it, if he was willing to go through it, then we must be willing to go through it. Not only does the Most High want you, he needs you. Okay? This is very important. This is very important. Let's go to Matthew 5. I'll show you how much he needs you. Let's go to Matthew 5. Before we read these scriptures, I'm going to preface this by saying it again. When Christ said this, because these scriptures are in red, there was no such thing as the church. There was no such thing as Christians. We're talking to Israelites. You and I. You and I, excuse me. Look at verse 13.
Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost its flavor...
No. Matter of fact, let's go back up to start at verse 11. That wasn't in my original notes, but I think it needs to be said. Start at verse 11.
Bless ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Listen. When you start telling people that you're Israel, when you start living this life, walking and keeping the laws and statutes and commandments, when you turn away from all these pagan things that have nothing to do with Christ and nothing to do with the Bible, people are going to say all kinds of stuff against you. But I can't keep reiterating that the Most High needs you. Blessed are you. It's one thing for them to be calling you a whoremonger because you're a whoremonger. It's one thing for them to be saying that you beat your wife when you beat your wife. When you cheat on your husband. When you don't take care of your kids. When you're cheating and stealing money, selling dope and destroying your neighborhood. It's one thing for them to say that. But the Most High is saying here, Christ is saying here, blessed are you when they revive you and persecute you and say all kind of evil things against you falsely for my sake. That's when you're blessed. Verse 12.
Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Listen, it's going to all pay off after a while. If you stand for the Lord now, he's going to be standing for you. And when we stand in that great that great throne of judgment, there won't be no punishment coming your way. All rewards. This is why he says, you were faithful over a few things, but I'm going to make you rule over many. So it's going to be worth it. People are going to clown you. People are going to say you're crazy. You're going to feel ostracized. You're going to feel alienated. You're going to feel alone. But trust you ain't alone. Because all of us are out here walking in the truth, and he's going to bring us all together in due time. Verse 13.
Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its flavor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under the foot of men.
Just being an Israelite don't mean anything. Just knowing the truth don't mean nothing. If you ain't out here executing it and giving it to people, shining, allowing yourself to be used for the edification of your community, for the building up of your family, it means nothing. The devil is perfectly fine with you going to church every Sunday and coming home, closing your Bible, not doing nothing. The people on your job don't know you follow Christ. The people in your community don't know you follow Christ. People don't even care, don't know anything about you. They just think you're just another guy. And he's saying here, if that's what you are, it's good for nothing. What is it good for? Nothing. Just to be trampled under the foot of men. But verse 14 says what?
You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden.
Cannot be hidden. He didn't say that the church was the light of the world. He said you were the Israelites who believe. You are the light of the world. Because when we were the light, and when we were spreading the gospel, everything was right. It's not until the Gentiles got it, and the Council of Nicaea in 300, when everything went away from this. Now, you see all this stuff. I don't see denominations here in the Bible. I don't see Baptists and Kojic and Methodists and Sinners of God. I don't see none of that in here. All of that came as a result of confusion and false doctrine being added into the standard of what Christ said. But when the Israelites had it, everybody was on one accord. Verse 15.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give it light unto all that are in the house.
Listen, man. You can't allow yourself, just because you don't want to deal with it, know you know the truth, and hide. Just because you don't know the truth, you know the truth, and you don't want to say it because you don't want to receive the backlash. I had to pray for months, man, to do this video. You see a host of people around us? It's me and him. But I love the Most High, and I love Christ, and I love our people, and I love the world, these people in this world more enough than to let what somebody gonna say against me keep me from reaching out to you. They've been against me from day one. When the first time I told them I was called to preach, they laughed. So when I got ordained, they laughed. When I started Better Day in 2012, they laughed. 5 years later, all these events, free events, all these people saved, healed, delivered, set free, they're still laughing. But the people that we reached ain't. The communities that we went to ain't. The people that I've led to Christ ain't. The people I've laid my hands on and got healed ain't. The children and the people that I mentor ain't. These young preachers that I mentor, they ain't. The people who call me in the middle of the night for prayer ain't. Now, am I boasting in myself? No, I'm boasting in Christ. Because while they still laughing, the work is still going forward. While they disagree and say it's nonsense, the work is still going forward. While they saying it ain't going to work, the work is still going forward. I ain't got no sponsors. I ain't got no church. I ain't taking the collection plate up every week. But yet we're traveling all over the country doing free events. How else is that done? Verse 16.
Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Let your light shine. Not that you get props. Not that people retweeting and sharing your words. Not so you can get 1 million likes. Not so people can pay you money to come and sing and preach and whatever. So that the world may see you and glorify your Father which is in heaven. This is what it's all about. This is not about us. This is about the Father which is in heaven. Go to John 15. To those who are just joining us right now,